Hey, you guys. Okay, so I am live on Instagram, so trying to get that situated here. I hope y'all are having a great Monday. I am having a wonderful Monday. It's been super productive. I really need to get a stand that works better for this, but let's see if that'll work. So say hello. Let me know what you guys did this weekend in the comments. Hubby and I had a little awesome weekend getaway. It was really great. We got a lot of relaxation and just rest and peace, and it was so beautiful. And actually, let me make sure audio is working. I had a lot of things going at once, and so I wasn't able to like check the audio. But yeah, let me know how your weekend was and what you did. So yeah, so anyway, we got lots of rest, and it was much needed. We got home yesterday, and then we just kind of chilled out, went and got some pizza, and then came home and just watched a couple of movies and just continued the weekend of rest. But then we were able to wake up early this morning and just hit the ground running on all the things, on business, because we're in business together, on business, on housework, and just all the crazy stuff. I actually just heard my timer. I forgot I had an onion roasting, but it's okay for it to go a little bit longer. I normally let it go about 5-10 minutes longer anyway. Um, but yeah, so it was a great weekend, and I'm just ready and excited to start the week. We started it on a great foot, and just excited for the week. Let me know what is going on in your life and in things happening. Um, my hair looks super tangled. Oh, it is. How did that happen? It must have been. I was roughhousing with Ferdinand earlier, so it must have been from roughhousing. The joy of dogs, right? So we are diving into Embraced by Lysa TerKeurst. By the way, if any of y'all know of any good Advent studies, please let me know. Okay, somebody says, hi, audio is good. Glad you had a great weekend. I'm not sure who you are because my comment is only showing Facebook user. But I hope that you had a great weekend also, or I hope that you did, and thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could see who's chatting with me. It's so StreamYard is so weird, and I hope one day they'll change this. But we can't always see the name of the person commenting, so sometimes it just says Facebook user. So thank you for tuning in, and let's dive in, you guys. Let's dive into Embraced by Lysa TerKeurst. Oh, what I was saying is, if any of y'all know of any good Advent studies, hey, Caitlin, normally I can see your name. That's weird. Normally, oh, I wonder if it's because you got your new computer. You need to connect it back to StreamYard, girl. But yeah, normally I can see your name. And if any of y'all know of any good Advent studies, let me know. So we will, once Advent starts, we will be pausing Embrace and going into an Advent study. And y'all will have to, number one, pray for me. And then number two, show me grace, because with an Advent study, it'll be pretty important for me to try to be on here every day with y'all. And so I am going to try. That it is hard, because if you're a business owner or a homemaker sometimes you have all kinds of, you're juggling all kinds of things, and so it's just sometimes hard to always come on here. But Christmas is my favorite, and Advent study is my favorite, and so I definitely want to be present and fulfill that commitment to y'all. So be praying for me that the Lord will just, clear up time every day during Advent season for y'all, and also show me grace if for some reason I miss a day or two. But I really am going to try really hard. So if y'all know of one, drop the link in the comments, please, so I can check it out. I've looked at a couple. I almost bought one the other day, but I tend to be super, super picky with Advent studies because it's just my favorite. And so I don't know, I just like to try to get the perfect one. So, okay, guys, let's dive in. Today we are talking about space to exhale. Okay, let me get comfortable here. Okay, so um, if you keep your feet from breaking the Sabbath and from doing as you please on my holy day, if you call the Sabbath a delight and the Lord's holy day honorable, and if you honor it by not going your own way and not doing as you please or speaking idle words, then you will find your joy in the Lord. Rest. That sounds so good, but it's really difficult for a girl like me. I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting comfortable here. Okay. Um, let's see, where was I? I feel like I'm always juggling balls in my brain, my family's needs, home demands, work projects, the to do list never stop. Yet the Bible makes it very clear that we are to honor the Sabbath day and pursue rest. Literally, we are to hit the pause button on life once a week and guard our need to rest. Guard it fiercely, guard it intentionally, guard it even if our schedules beg us to do otherwise. But why? There are honest personal reasons we need to observe the Sabbath that will be unique for each person. There are private conversations we need to have with God. We all need to pause to sit with God and to ask Him to reveal some things to us. We read in Isaiah 58:13-14, if you keep your feet from breaking the Sabbath and from doing as you please on my holy day, if you call the Sabbath a delight and the Lord's holy day honorable, and if you honor it by not going your own way and not doing as you please or speaking idle words, then you will find your joy in the Lord. When I consider these words, something occurs to me. It's not just a day for me to give to God, it's a day God established for me. He wants to give me something if only I'll slow down enough to receive it. The Sabbath isn't merely a time to be observed, it's a time to be preserved. It's a time to rediscover our joy in the Lord. I need this. I want to be a perseverer of this day, a preserver of this day, one who is determined to protect this day of personal preservation and rediscover the delight of God. The observer remembers to rest. The I don't know, I'm having a hard time with that word. The preserver does more than follow a rule. She follows God's desire and embraces his purpose in the rest. She spends one day a week letting the fresh wind of God's rest blow through her, cleaning out all she's been taking in during the week with a purifying soul exhale. It's all about pausing and connecting with God without the distracting chaos of our everyday routines. For one day a week, we step out of the fray and let God direct our day according to his rhythm, not ours. God's rhythm preserves a space in us to hear his voice, reveals the places we're off track, and prevents us from being filled with unnecessary clutter. Quiet rest allows us to see the places where we're going our own way, the areas where we're more self pleasing than God pleasing, the idle words that need to be reined in. During the downtime, we can deal with the mental clutter and focus on the ways of God. The Sabbath makes this possible. Taking one day for rest gives my soul the freedom it so desperately needs. Freedom to breathe, space to breathe, inhaling and exhaling in a gentle rhythm set by God. Dear Lord, space to breathe. This is what I need today. Thank you for showing me how important it is to create a place for freedom and rest. In Jesus' name, amen. Whew. Okay, that came at a perfect time because I just finished telling y'all about our restful weekend. And um, so, with that being said, I've actually been wanting to um, come on here and even talk to you ladies about taking time with your spouse. And I know many of you have kids. And so you might be saying, really, Chrissy, like, how am I going to take time away to be with my husband when we have you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children? And I can understand that. I can't say I get it because I don't have kids, and so Darren and I are able, to just take that time together. However, I will tell you, especially if you have children, please make sure that you are taking time to spend Sabbath with your husbands. And I do believe we should have Sabbath, like the book is talking about, like for our own soul, and for just that time with God, and for Him to speak to us, and for us, and to just give us that rest. But I will say, I mean, Darren and I haven't taken a trip together, just with no like other intention in a long time. Um, and actually, it was shortly after my dad passed that we did that, which has been about a year ago. And so, if we find it hard to carve out time, and all that stuff to do that, I can only imagine how hard it is with kids. But it is important that you try to just drop the kids off at grandma and grandpa's, or auntie's or uncle's house, or friends, and have, even if it's just one night, and if you can't go off, somewhere and take a trip together, maybe get a hotel room if possible, or just, spend it at your home together, but just take that time together and have Sabbath together. And here's why: because just like she was talking about in the study, and I know that she wasn't talking about marriage or anything, she was talking about us having a Sabbath. But I want to just bring up this point: is just like she's talking about how it's refreshing for our soul, and the Lord can really talk to us and guide us. I believe that's the same for our marriages, and our marriages need that. They need that time, that space, to reconnect. And I mean, it's thankfully, my husband and I have talked about this, because we do want kids one day. And we have talked about, no matter what, we have to make sure that we're making time and we're staying connected together, because guess what, ladies, those kids leave the house one day. And so you want to make sure that you still have that strong connection with your husband, and that when they leave the nest, that there's still a you and your spouse, and y'all still know each other, and you're not having to reconnect or re-get to know one another, but that it just almost just will just be time that you get back. But it's not a matter of reconnecting or anything that you're having to worry about. So yes, Sabbath for yourself is definitely important. But I also want you to maybe think about a Sabbath, for you and your husband, where you come together and you reconnect, and you talk. When Darren and I went away this weekend, we had an opportunity to go into the TV room. But we decided not to. We decided to just stay in our room, because the rooms didn't have a TV or anything. And we stayed in our room. We read, we talked, we ate out, we ate dinner outside. And by the way, we saw the biggest tarantula outside. Y'all, I haven't seen one of those since I was little. And it was huge, y'all. It was crazy. But it was fun. We just kind of laughed and giggled. We watched the little tarantula walk across to the fields. And so it was just nice. We watched the sunset. We watched the sunrise. We enjoyed some time with friends. And so make sure that you're taking that time, and like, again, I know the study was about our own, just having that individual Sabbath, and that's so important, absolutely. But something in my heart has been stirring to talk to y'all about taking that time with your spouse as well. Okay, so let's read some comments, and then I'm gonna let y'all go, because I have an onion roasting in the oven that I need to go get. Okay. I think kids can be included in Sabbath rest, and you can have restful time as a whole family without an agenda. We like to have popcorn and a movie, playboard, and card games. Yes, absolutely. And Caitlin, I'm assuming that's you. Yes, absolutely. And I think when you have that Sabbath as a family, I mean, it can kind of, just like what I was talking about with marriage, like it reconnects you as a family. Like you said, like, you have popcorn, you play games, you watch a movie, during the summers, you can be outside and barbecue and all those things. And just even talking about the Lord and inviting the Lord in, or asking your kids, like, hey, what did you learn today? What did the Lord speak to you today? And just making making it a family Sabbath. So absolutely, and I love that. And so maybe that's a challenge for all of us, is to make sure that we're having that individual Sabbath time, even if it's just during the Sabbath day, but just a moment of that day where you're just really spending some alone time with him. So making sure that we're having Sabbath time alone, making sure that we're having Sabbath time with our spouses, and then making sure that we're having Sabbath time with our whole family, like as a family, that we're doing it and we're teaching our kids. It is important to rest. It's important to put down schoolwork, and just lean into the love and the joys and the peace of life. I mean, too many of us are just going, 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 that we're not enjoying just time with the Lord and the joy that he brings into our hearts. So that is an excellent point. Hey, Kat. I do agree on maintain intimacy with your spouse too. We do plan date times where the kids have a sitter. Awesome. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. I've heard stories of them around here, Texas. I'm telling you, the last time I saw one, I was little, itty bitty bitty bitty, and um, it was a white tarantula. And kind of a little funny story here. Um, I was playing on my swing set, and I just saw this beautiful white creature. I thought it was a white teddy bear because I was little, like I was a little girl. And I was literally about to pet this thing because to me, it was the cutest little thing. Like I was just this little girl and I see this white furry creature. Like, of course I'm going to pet it and probably try to hold it and squeeze it and kiss it and love it. But out of nowhere, my one of my uncles came running, just like faster than like I've ever seen him run, pushes me out of the way very gently and says, "Don't get near that." And I was like, "Well, what?" Like I was so sad that I couldn't pet the tarantula. I believe he killed it. I really don't remember. I probably blocked that out of my memory because I was traumatized that I couldn't, mess with this creature. But anyway, so it's a funny memory that I have of this beautiful white tarantula. I haven't seen one since, a black one or a white one, but man, that thing was huge. It was so huge. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and like tend to my onion in my oven. I love y'all, and I hope that y'all have an awesome, awesome Wednesday. Why am I thinking it's Wednesday? Monday. I hope y'all have an awesome Monday. And yeah, I'll see y'all around. Hopefully, I will be on here later for this week for more devotional time. Bye. Love you guys. Oh, sorry, guys. I thought I had ended my broadcast. Bye.